Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. How's everyone doing today? Are y'all ready? Are you ready? Oh, shit. It's about to get crazy. This is like John Wick music. We're ready to assassinate the lower prices. Let's go! Get your knife catching gloves on. Or don't. Not financial advice. We're either going to the moon, or we won't even break the atmosphere. No matter what, it's gonna be a wild ride. Pack your bags, because we're moving back into mom and dad's basement. But that means we'll have more money to buy the dip. You always gotta find the silver lining. Put in extra job applications at McDonald's, Taco Bell, Burger King, Wendy's, KFC, Little Caesars, Hungry Howie's, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Dairy Queen, Del Taco, Five Guys, Panera Bread, other chain restaurants, places with good benefits, maybe some factories. Let's go, boys. All right. All right, are you all ready? Make sure you smash the like button on your way, and I appreciate you guys for joining me. Still getting used to the intro song. It's so hype. Bitcoin currently trading at $82,388. Chilling. Let me zoom out here. This is our latest clean chart. We now have two dirty charts. There's a lot of crap that we put on our charts, and I'm not really a hoarder, but when it comes to data, I do have a problem. I have a lot of external hard drives filled with junk. It's kind of a matter of like, do I want to sit down for like 8 hours and organize all this crap? Or do I go to work for like a half hour and just buy another external hard drive? You know what I mean? It's a trade-off. My time is more valuable. Eventually, maybe I can have an artificial intelligence that just is plugged into all of my drives, and I can be like, oh, what is that one thing that I can't think of? And then it'll go, oh, here you go, sir. It'll be like a little digital butler, like the paperclip guy from Microsoft, the old school Microsoft days. I don't know. I'm getting sidetracked. So we are currently kind of bouncing off of this support zone that I literally drew from this point of confluence back here to this point of confluence right here. And we are getting reaction off of it. I don't know if that reaction is relevant at all, but it does seem to be playing out. Now, what stinks is we are somewhat following this fractal. This is a very, very vague fractal. It's like a daily or weekly fractal, I think. And we're on the 4-hour time frame, so take it with a grain of salt. But it does show some prolonged downside coming up. And this is like one of 3 or 4 fractals that we're watching. So again, take it with a grain of salt. The only really exciting thing that I've seen on this chart so far is the reaction off of this trend line. And so far we've bounced off of it pretty violently, and we are coming back down to test it. Today is the last day of Q1 2025. After today, we will never, ever, ever, unless time travel is invented, ever get to experience any day in Q1 2025 again. I always think about that. Like whenever it's my birthday, I'm like, this is the only 30-second birthday I'll ever have. And it's like, no shit, that's because the next ones you're going to be older. I don't know, it's just kind of funny. I remember thinking that when I was really young, and I was like, oh, that's just like, that's how time works. Anyways, let's go to our regular chart. I did keep the liquidation heat map points on here from yesterday, because I thought it was interesting. This big wick right here came up exactly to this big fat liquidation line, and then it immediately went back down. So I'm wondering if they just flushed that liquidity. So let me delete these now that I've illustrated my point. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map. We got the daily close contest coming up in 23 minutes. So make sure you guys get your thinking caps on. What if I said time travel has happened? Well, then I lied, and we will be able to experience Q1 2025 again. Not that anyone will ever want to. Maybe they'll come back, though. Maybe they'll be like, dude, if I could just go back to Q1 2025 and tell myself to buy Bitcoin, man, I'd be like a bajillionaire right now. Maybe that's going to be what the kids are saying in 20 years. All right, we got a decent chunk of liquidity. Not as volatile, though. We got 81,965. Okay, let me make that a solid line, okay? And then we got, I'm just going to go all the way down to where it's double digit right here, 80,999. Now, I hate to say it because it sucks, but I'm still kind of the idea, 83,316, that we could go as low as 70K if we get like hyper bearish, 83,574. People are talking about bearish div on the monthly chart or something like that too. What if I said if I could just go back and watch this crazy YouTuber JJ? 83,960. I mean, that's what I would do with my any spare time that I would have. I would definitely waste it by just watching YouTube videos. 84,089. Cheers, CT. What's going on? Tom Soxgoat said worst Q1 ever. I do think that you are mistaken. I do believe that there was a worst Q1, maybe for stocks. I don't know about stocks, but for Bitcoin specifically, there has been a worst Q1. I'm going to go all the way up here, 84,475 as the last one. Watch this crazy video. I guess I was listening to it on my drive home. It was police body cam footage of this chick that had like stolen money out of the cash register at a Subway over the course of 6 months. And they were like, do you know how much you stole? Was it more than $750? You know, they were doing their like typical like entrapment thing, trying to get her to admit that she committed a crime. And she was like, I don't think so, no. And, you know, you could tell she was like a pathological liar. But the officer was like, we actually have evidence that you've stolen over $20,000. And I was like, jeez, how much money does Subway make? Blew my mind, man. 20K. Over the course of 6 months, this chick stole 20K. Which means she had to have either been crazy and taking most of the money, or like if you do that math, she said she was taking like $20 a day. That's about 25 months, or I'm sorry, 25 weeks. 25 times 7? Let's just say 6 days a week. Let's say she worked 6 days a week. That's 150 days. 20K divided by 150. She was stealing over $100 a day. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, man. And she thought that she wouldn't get caught. I guess they bring in a lot of money, though. Kind of makes sense. But anyways, Bitcoin is down 0.1% on the day. Bitcoin dominance looks like it tried to break above its previous high. It did make a new high, which is good. I've been looking for a new high for quite some time. And we got it. So, is it going to continue? It's very possible that it continues. I would not be surprised. The RSI is kind of curling down while it lingers up here. So we'll see. It does seem to be breaking back below its previous high, which is great. So ETH is up 0.77% on the day. It does look like it's lingering around this 1812 support area. So we'll keep an eye on that. If it can hold this, it could make another run for 20K. At least the midpoint, probably 1900. We'll keep an eye on that too. That's a psychological zone. I like that we got a nice bounce from this oversold area, and the momentum wave is starting to tick up. That's great, but we have seen it before where that happens and then it just continues down. And that continuation down, like if you think about it right here, this was the first tick up, tick down. This you would have been like, oh shoot, that's pretty bad. And then it ticks down a little more. You're like, it can't go down that much further, right? No, it can go down quite a bit further. And then this one, this right here barely even shows up on the momentum wave. So it's all a matter of perspective. That's important. Let me check the chat really quick. CT said, can you discuss the fundamentals and potential BSV has? I think a bunch of whales are going to be piling in. I can probably after the daily close. Ask me about it around 8:05. Because I'm going to go through the charts here, and then we got some news articles and stuff. And then we'll get to the questions and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm definitely keep that in the barrel. CT, for sure. Dave said, I have an 18-year-old kid working with me. I tried to explain why he should be buying Bitcoin. He doesn't understand. Yeah. When I was 18, 19, I might have been in my 20s. I don't remember. When I was a kid, I looked into investing and I was like, this seems like such a waste. So I guess I get it. I was a dumbass kid at one point too. What's crazy, what blows my mind is the kids that are that young that are investing. Tom Selleck's Goat said Subway is the most garbage sandwich out there. It was great when it was $5. Now they want like real money for fake food. It's awful. So I agree. Tom Selleck's Goat also said Jersey Mike's #1. Oh no. He must have something wrong with his taste buds. Anderson has the same thing. Okay, now I know you guys are messed up. Anderson said Jersey Mike's no second best. We've confirmed already that Anderson has no taste buds. Tom Selleck's Goat said, sell your kidney to buy more Jersey Mike's. I feel so bad for you guys. Index said, Bitcoin gonna pump because of you are bearish. Oh, because all of you are bearish. Yeah, probably. Butterfly said, so few likes, so sad. Yeah, guys, smash the damn like button. CT said, sounds good. Ryan said, I was first. $6.99 foot long on the app Subway. I wouldn't pay a cent more. Yeah, with inflation, $6.99 is fine. I think I would honestly, though, rather just wait for a decent sale for Jimmy John's or something. I think, honestly, Subway literally compares to, like, gas station subs that are, like, prepackaged with, like, one slice of meat. At Subway, I genuinely feel like they step on the bread in order to shape it. And this is a parody, so don't sue me, Subway. If you gotta sue a guy with like less than 1,000 subscribers, then I feel bad for your business. You're bringing in like 20K a day. Kiss my ass. But anyways, let's not get distracted. Sol, this is what happens when the market sucks this bad. We just start talking about food and nobody cares. Everyone's here for it. Sol is currently trading at 125.32. 125.67-ish. I'm sure that this can move up or down. The 125 area itself is a point of interest that we're watching. There's a lot of wicks to the upside and downside, so it kind of shows how indecisive this move is. What sucks is the momentum wave is carrying up, the RSI is carrying up, and the price is not moving. It's literally sideways. So I think that kind of shows where everything's at. Again, the biggest news today for me is today's the last day of Q1, and tomorrow starts Q2 after 8 p.m. And the next day is Liberation Day. So we'll see what comes of that. Is it going to be a slow burn effect? Or are we all going to get liquidated, or is it going to move? I think my favorite analogy I've seen so far is it going to be Liberation Day or Liquidation Day? And I believe that was me, Kevin. So I thought that was pretty clever. We got Total 3 is still, for some reason, fully obeying my fractal, which sucks because this fractal sucks. It does show a little uptick right here and then a little more downside. Are we going to bottom by April 1st and then continue up from there? I do have an actual like upload going live tomorrow for April Fools. Pretty excited about that. Let me check the chat really quick. Waterfly said JJ puts mayonnaise on his pizza. I do not actually just get pizza with mayonnaise on it. If you never had it, give it a shot. It's actually pretty delicious. It is the BLT pizza from Jets. It's really, really tasty. Highly recommend. It's a weird one, though. It's definitely a weird one. Anderson said, I got coupons 3 fiat longs for 18 at Subway all the time. Mr. Roberts said, hey, JJ, hello, good people. What's going on, Mr. Roberts? Smash the like button on your way in. Ryan said, who would eat a yard of Subway? Damn. That is a lot of Subway. You know what was underwhelming to me the last time I had it? Tubby's. I don't know if that's just a Michigan company, but Tubby's submarines, they used to be delicious when I was a kid. And we had one like moved to my town recently, and I was like, oh shoot, I haven't had Tubby's in forever. And I got one, and it was so underwhelming. I was like, damn, since when does Tubby's suck? So, eventually they all fall off. Cardano is currently trading at 66.17. We got a support bounce at 63.60. Decent amount of confluence there. If it breaks below that, it's going to be a little spicy. It's probably going to. But who knows, man? We had this little sideways chop. The dip, the rip, the dip, the sideways chop. It's literally, this is a heart rate monitor. The pulse of Cardano has officially stopped. It's going to do this forever now. Beep. It's literally flatlined. And you know what had to happen? They had to do the clear. This was literally Trump tweeting about the strategic crypto reserve. That's what it took to get some price action out of Cardano. But what can you do? We just gotta kind of wait and see what happens. Is this gonna be one of these? Probably, but maybe it just rips to the downside. A lot of uncertainty. We do have a lower trend line right here that we're watching. I would not be surprised to see 50 cents. Sucks, but we gotta acknowledge the elephant in the room. SNEK is down 0.69%. Nice. We also have a trend line on SNEK that we're watching. I could probably make the argument for moving this. Yeah, that actually looks a lot more accurate. But I guess I'll make this thin and just keep an eye on it. So definitely watching the, what is that, 0.3 of a cent area for SNEK. I was irresponsible again, and I broke my DCA day, and I bought some more last night, like a psychopath. So we'll see what comes of that. XRP is down 2.12% on the day. It's currently sitting below 214 support, and it's struggling. It looks like it's getting rejection off of that once again. So we're going back down for that third touch of 2, which I said was going to happen. We got 1, 2. This is going to be number 3. Third time's the charm. Let's see if it results in a triple bottom and a moonshot. We got a confirmed red dot a couple days ago on Market Cipher. 10 days ago, actually. 11 days. So is that played out already? Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. We got other confirmed red dots played out probably over the course of 10 days. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe that's what it is. 10 days and then it's done. let's just say that's what it is. HBAR is currently down 2.46%. It is sitting at 16 cents. And 16,445 is the support zone, and it broke below. And it looks like it's going to reject here as well. It is coming out of oversold territory, though, and it does look like there's bullish div here. There is bullish div. No, there's not. What the hell is that? I don't know what that is. There's a green dot, though. Confirmed green dot. I don't know. Maybe it'll take 10 days to be bullish. We'll see what happens. But confirmed green dot coming out of oversold territory on HBAR. SWI is down 3.52%. A lot of these alts got kind of ripped to pieces for some reason. Interesting. SWI is currently trading at 226, down 3.56%. It did break below its ascending trend line and retested and rejected. And it's now, looks like it's trying to find support at the 223 area. It got a little reaction off of, looks like 219 actually. Potential tweezer bottom. Double bottom on the RSI. It did not quite establish divergence, but it looked like it wanted to for a second. Momentum wave is still trying to make up its mind. Ondo's down 1.52% on the day. Currently trading at 77 cents. It did reject off of 80 again, or for the first time. So it failed to hold 80, and then it rejected off of 80 twice, actually. So potential for it to continue down. It is oversold, though, or it was oversold. It's coming out of oversold. So we'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, we're definitely probably going down to 72, 72. We'll see what happens from there. Not financial advice, though. It could explode out of this for all I know. Anderson said bear flags are fake. There's bear flags everywhere. I'm just, you can see them. Aerodrome continues to fall. It looks like 48 maybe was the psychological level. I'm sure it goes back far enough. There's these two wicks that went down here and bounced off of 48. So maybe that's the point of confluence right there. But it broke below 48, retested, rejected, and continued to the downside. From here on out, without going back God knows how far, I would just look at psychological zones. Obviously, you're going to have probably a reaction off of 4, because that's where it reacted in the past. And it looks like, I don't know, what is that? There's a candle body right here. I don't know if that's going to mean anything, though. I'm not going to do anything because that's not even a reaction. That's just a candle. So, oops. Aerodrome. It's not looking good for Aerodrome. It's chilling at 438, and it really has no reason to bounce besides the fact that it's oversold. And the momentum wave is almost bottomed out. So maybe it does bounce from here. If it does, I would look for another try at 48. But I feel like this thing doesn't care about being oversold. It was oversold. See, here's the thing. It was oversold right here. And all it took was the one little bounce to reset the RSI, and then it went down even lower. And it barely got oversold right here. So that's another point of perspective that you got to take into consideration. Render, on the other hand, Render is doing relatively decent. It is rejecting off of 350 at the moment, which isn't great, but it's holding up quite well compared to everything else. This is the bear flag that Anderson's moaning about. He's got Jimmy John's like denial, so can't really be helped. But we got the bear flag. Breakdown, measured target. I don't really like to do measured targets. That's why I try to be frugal with my head and shoulder targets. But what is the bear flag target? Freaking infinity? It probably goes negative. Bear flag target for this is like $1.50. Jeez, wouldn't that be crazy? On Render, I think that's how you measure it. At least maybe it's just this. Even that though, it's kind of they always, for some reason, every bear flag that I see ends up at the same point as the previous bottom. So there's kind of no point in even measuring because of the way that the bear flag works. It goes up and then breaks down. It just eventually reaches that point. You know what I mean? So potential breakdown to 3, and then eventually, if the bear flag plays out all the way, probably 260. But right now, we're looking to see if we can get back above 350. Ryan said not a measurable bear flag. I think that's subjective. Bear flags themselves are subjective. TA is subjective. It's a different bearish pattern. No. Polkadot is chilling at 423, 4.023. And it's been here before. I feel like Polkadot's been at bear market lows for like 2 years. Yeah, good lord. I mean, it looks like it bounces relatively decent off of them, but this last time, how long was this? Back here, this was a 91-day accumulation before pop, and then an eventual return, which I guess if you consider this the beginning, then you're looking 91 is May 25th for another 2 months minimum, month and a half. So we'll see what comes of that. I'm looking for hopefully $8 on 420 just for the meme, because 8's my favorite number. I don't remember the rest of it. I think it was because of my little trajectory that I drew, but it is what it is. We'll see what comes of it. I think I'm starting to lose my voice again. I'm not used to talking this much. You guys are probably like, you're so full of shit. Normally I'm typing. All right, let's see. Air Jerome. Fahid said Liberation Day will liberate us from the shackles of the bears and we moon. It might liberate us from the shackles of currency in general. Ryan said bears are kinky as fuck. Waterflash said that's Chewy's pick. Fahid said we can only have so many bear flags. Ryan said not a measurable bear flag. It's a different bearish pattern. Fahid said historically, wasn't today the start of altcoin season? Maybe. That's very possible. Let's see. Ryan said forget the name offhand. Anderson said I bought Render at 44 cents once upon a time. Damn. That's a good buy. Ryan said When the inverse head and shoulders has a lower right shoulder, it's typically a bearish pattern. Really? I kind of like that. Inverse head and shoulders are typically a bearish pattern anyways. It's like the biggest fake out in the world. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is any bullish pattern is usually bearish. That's how I can tell, at least in my opinion, or that's how I feel like we have not entered a bull market yet. When bullish patterns start playing out bullish, then you can tell me we're in a bull market. Mr. Roberts said, hey, Fahid, and Fahid said, hey, Roberts. Let's see if Tyler shows up to steal the crown. We got precisely 3 minutes until the daily close contest begins. Let's see if we can finish this. Caspa is continuing to the downside. It broke out of its little range, and it's still in kind of a wedge, like a falling wedge scenario. But next stop probably gonna be 5. You're probably looking at a 20% dip here minimum. Is that 20%? Yeah, give or take. Not financial advice. That is if it can't hold here. It did just come out of oversold, so keep an eye on it. Avalanche is got a nice reaction off of 1828, potential retest of 1982. See if we can break back above that. Otherwise, we're stuck in this little baby range. If we break below 1828, next stop's probably going to be 1597. Shrap is down 1.22% on the day, chilling at 0.00649. This thing had an inverse head and shoulders, and it rejected off of the first potential neckline and is continuing to the downside. Usually when these reject, it's super bearish. But when the regular head and shoulders reject, it's super bullish. So you got to kind of inverse the scenario. If a regular head and shoulders rejects, it goes crazy to the upside. If a inverse head and shoulders rejects, then you got to assume the same thing. It's going to go crazy to the downside. Not financial advice, just keep an eye on it. Be careful. If you're trading, set your stop losses. We got a bear flag on Chainlink. It broke down. Target, probably 1239. Less than 1 minute until the daily close contest. I'm not going to make it. Doge, bear flag, target, probably 1546. Polygonmatic pole. A little broke below its little accumulation zone. That's not good. Retested and rejected 2063. Next stop, probably 0. Not financial advice. Doge got hit hard today. I think Elon said the U.S. government has no intention on using Doge, which was like crazy thing to say. We got bear flag for near target, probably 227.9. Not financial advice. Chili's, bear flag, target, I think hit. But let's just call it 40. Not financial advice. Let me get to Bitcoin and get down to the 1 minute chart. Get your guys' guesses ready. You got precisely 15 seconds until you can begin. I need to zoom in and get my thing typed up. And bam. Mike Joey said, I would hate sour. Brian said, Doge, 10 cents, easy in a bear market. 82, 420, 69. I like it. Ryan is our first guesser of the evening. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Bitcoin is currently trading at $82,421.24. We are chilling. Tom Selleck's goat came in with 82.50. You might want to fix that, Tom Selleck's goat. That is a small number. There you go. Much better. Oh, Mike Joey putting in a guess, a ridiculous guess, taking up somebody else's spot. I like the method. Jay Shear coming in with a guess. Tom Selleck's goat coming in with a guess. Anderson coming in with a guess. Fortunately, Anderson has been disqualified due to his distaste for Jimmy John's. I'm just kidding. Imagine I made that part of the rules. It's like that one kid in school that like you couldn't play with unless you like told everyone that his parents were really nice, or like he had weird rules. Just really weird rules. Like trying to play tag. You're like, you're it. And they're like, no, I was in the invisible zone. You can't see me. Remember? Oh damn. Waterfly coming in with a Fahid plus 0.05. What? Watch Fahid nail it today because of that. Wouldn't that be crazy? Plus 0.05, okay. Ooh, 82, 598 point, what is that? 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay. Copy. I'm going to put this, I guess, in its spot right away, just because I can. Okay, who else do we got? We got Mr. Anderson said, I'll fight for Mike. Tom Selleck's code said, Jimmy John's is good, Jersey Mike's is better. Jay Shear said, what you doing if Bitcoin went to 8K? I don't know what I would do. I would probably buy some stocks or something. I would revenge trade just crypto in general. What if I said if he changes, it changes? I don't know if I can set that rule. You gotta at least put in the effort. You can try to beat him to the punch. See if he's gonna change it at the last second, which I advise him to do so. At the last second, but he would have to watch the chart himself, because my countdown, there's a delay on YouTube. If you miss my countdown, which is a live countdown, then it's not my fault. I don't care if you see me say the words like 5 seconds later in real life. That's not up to me. Fahid said, you can delete my entry. I'm not participating now. It's too bad, Fahid. It's too bad. You are participating. You have no choice. You guys are weenies, man. Mr. Robert said, hey, JJ, where are those Fahid +1 shirts? I'd buy that for sure. Much love to the lore. I do got to make Fahid +1 shirts. For sure. I think I would have to, part of the proceeds would have to go to Fahid and Waterfly. But I'm down. I'm down if they're down. Offset entering from my seat at the game. Hell yeah. We got 53 seconds remaining for the guesses. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guesses today. Interesting. You guys are killing it. Do we have 10 likes? Did you guys smash the like button? I wonder. If I missed you guys, let me know. I don't think I missed it. Tyler said barely made it. Tyler, you better hurry. You got 30 seconds left. Oh, I got you. I got you. I got you already. Damn. I'm just making shit up now. I'm like, Waterfly, where's your guess? Ryan, you better get your guess in. Anderson said Q2 sex coming. Hoffa. Mr. Robert said, whose game hoffs? Time's up. Ladies and gentlemen, time is up. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Nope. Fahid got a guess in. A little too late. A little too late, my friend. Dave said, tried 3 different ways. Still getting blocked. Gotta be something in your settings. I don't think it's me. You gotta type the words in it or something. YouTube might just have you in trouble or something. I have no idea, honestly. Dave, if you need to, you can join the Discord and tag me in the Discord. Or actually, Dave, if you just want to send it in the Telegram, I'll take that too. You just got to let me know in the chat. Tyler said, who can dethrone the king? Let's see. Let's see if Tyler gets another win. If Tyler gets another win, something's up. If Tyler gets another win, something's going down. I'm going to have to launch an internal investigation. All right, let's see. 82, 420, 69. 82, 4. 82, 450. Copy. 82, 513. Copy. 82, 598. 82, 598. Okay, copy. These two kind of go together. They're cute. What is that? Where did that come from? Oh, shit. I just freaking deleted Anderson's name. 82, 556, 56. Copy. Where the hell does this go? 82, 470, 69. Copy. Okay. All right. Let's see. We got 3 minutes and 14 seconds remaining on the clock. Bitcoin's currently trading at $82,547.46. If it closes right here, closest without going over would be Tom Selleck's GOAT. It's pretty damn close to Tyler's guess, which is very interesting. Tyler has a $43 buffer on his guess between him and Anderson, and that's a pretty decent sized window considering everybody else is too concerned in fighting. 82, 572, 79. Tyler is officially in the lead with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. What's going to happen? What's it going to be? Is he going to be a quadruple winner today? I don't know, man. I do not know. Definitely going to be an interesting time. For sure. Do. All right, let's see. We got 1 minute, 56 seconds left on the clock. 82, 565, 99. It is just below Tyler's price. Very close to his price, which makes me a little bit nervous. But at the moment, Tom Selleck's GOAT is in the lead, and Tyler is sweating. 459 to 332. Okay. One minute, 21 seconds remaining. 82, 580, and 9 cents. Tyler's in the lead once again. It's a very close game so far. Very interesting. Happy Monday, guys, by the way. Liberation Day is coming on Wednesday, which I do believe we're going to be streaming all day Liberation Day. So be here if you guys are available. It should be a fun time. Here we go. This is the final candle, the candle that will determine the fate of the winner. Get your bananas ready, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler said mine's 470, dipshit. Oh, shit. Okay. Damn. 36 seconds remaining. Tyler has not been in the lead at all this entire time. Oh, shit. That's pretty funny. Poor Hoffs. It gets screwed over every time I fuck it up. It's always Hoffs. Oh, shit. Okay. 17 seconds left on the clock. Mr. Anderson is looking like he's going to take it. 82, 513. That's too funny, man. I swear to God, I don't do that on purpose. I swear. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, 82, 550 and 1 penny. Wow, what a close one. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Anderson is the victor. 82, 550.01. Congratulations, Mr. Anderson, on your victory. That's too funny. I'm so concerned with Tyler winning 4. That is so fucked up. All right. Congratulations, Mr. Anderson, on your victory. Even though you have a debilitating lack of taste buds, you are the winner today. And I don't know. Enjoy your victory. Enjoy your Monday, final day of Q1, pre-Liberation Day victory. Let's see. Has Mr. Anderson ever won? I think this is Mr. Anderson's first win. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Spam the bananas in the chat. I gotta put is this his first win this year? Let me see. I think it is. Mr. Anderson, we know for sure, is not Canadian. Who is gonna win April Fool's Day is the real question. Congratulations, Mr. Anderson, on your victory. The first person to dethrone Mr. Tyler is Mr. Anderson. Very cool, very fun. Congratulations, Mr. Anderson. I definitely probably would have crowned Tyler the winner if Tyler hadn't said something about me fucking the numbers up. That is so funny. Oh, shit. Congratulations, Mr. Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Anderson's prize, can I get a drum roll? Mr. Anderson wins on today, March 31st, 2025, the final day of Q1 pre-Liberation Day, a single franc in a blanket. Because of inflation and tariffs and stuff, this is all we can afford for today's prize. Congratulations, Mr. Anderson, on your prize. Please enjoy You can enjoy it here or in the privacy of your own home, or if you want to just go into the bathroom or something, do your thing. Congratulations. All right, let's see. We got a bunch of banana spam. Thoroughly appreciate you guys. Did you guys smash the like button? Did you smash the damn like button? Did you guys subscribe if you're new? Let's see. Anderson absolutely killed it. Yeah, let me double check. I don't think he's won this year, though. Nope. This is his first. Congratulations, Mr. Anderson. You are officially on the board. If you could get 11, if you can get 10 more wins, you would be in first place for the year. And, I don't know if you're aware of this, whoever wins the most, no matter if it's bragging, it doesn't matter if you win the $100 prize, the $15, none of that matters. Whoever wins the most daily close prizes at the end of the year gets a special prize. It might be $150. It might be $50. It might be an actual package of hot dogs. Who knows? It might be an eggplant. It might just be eggplant seeds. Maybe it's a lifetime subscription of Charmin Ultra. The blue one, not the purple one. I don't know if you guys have the colors where you're from. If you're Canadian, it's probably going to be money because I don't know if I can ship stuff to Canada. I don't know. I feel like I can. I guess I'm not positive. Congratulations, Mr. Anderson. Tyler said, JJ, read my big message. Oh, big message. He said, I'm not even kidding. I was going to change to that exact number, but I didn't want people mad about change today. LMAO. Wow. Damn. You know what's crazy? You know what freaks me out every time? When it's a perfectly round number like that with a penny, because Hoffs does that all the fucking time. So every time that plays out like that, I'm like, ooh, oh no. Because it just looks like it's going to be easy for Hoffs to win one day. And when it looks like it's going to be easy for anybody to win, I get a little bit nervous. Because if people start winning, like nailing every single number, that costs me $100 every time. Anderson said, first of many. Hell yeah. Love the attitude. Killing it. Tom Selleck's Goat said, if you ship to Canada, you will have to pay a tariff. Ooh. I'll just figure out what exactly is being tariffed and I'll label it as something else. Not steel or automobile affiliated. That's pretty funny. Tyler said I was going to do it to make fun of Hoffs. And with the 1 penny? Yeah, sure. Makes sense. That's kind of Hoff's claim to fame, though. Oh, man. Tom Selleck's Goat spammed a bunch of corn and pickles and stuff. Peas in a pod. Hoff said I had it. Manipulation. Hoffs really did have it. Hoffs and Fahid have been tied for first place for forever now. They are so preoccupied with fighting each other. The sexual tension is palpable. Waterfly was in second place because those two are tied for first place. But he was so distracted. Sitting in the sitting in the cuck chair while they both fought, that Tyler was actually able to dethrone him. At the moment, as it stands, should we go through all of the winners right now or just the top ones? We got Fahid with 10. We got Hoffs with 10. We got Waterfly with 5. We got Tyler recently lapped Waterfly with 8. With 8 wins. Out of nowhere. The last 5, just within the last 2 weeks, Tyler has gotten 5 wins. That's crazy. That's almost a 50% win rate. We got March 21st, Tyler. March 22nd, Tyler. That's 2 in a row. March 28th, Tyler. March 29th, March 30th, Tyler. That's 3 in a row. Is the next one going to be 4 in a row? Is Tyler going to take first place before Fahid and Hoffs decide who gets first? Find out next time at JJ's Cryptic Corner. All right, we got some news. We got some charts. Let me go take a look at the stonks. Silver got a little bit choppy, a little bit dumpy today. MicroStrategy got a little bit dumpy today. DXY got a little bit choppy today. NASDAQ got a little bit indecisive today. Closed the gap. And the S&P got a little bit indecisive today. Is the S&P bouncing? Interesting. Very interesting. Now, I believe at 20%, maybe it's considered a recession. I don't know. I don't remember. 20% something. There's a meaning to 20%. As of right now, from the Pico top, stock market is currently sitting 8%, 8.5% down. S&P specifically. At its peak, it was 10%. So we did get double-digit pullback on the S&P 500. NASDAQ is probably in the same boat. I don't know, though, actually. NASDAQ looks a little more intense. Yeah, no, NASDAQ currently sitting around 13% down. At its peak was 15. So getting pretty spicy for the NASDAQs, for sure. Bitcoin dominance struggling to stay above 62%. I would not be surprised to see this just continue to crank to the upside for a little while. Unfortunately, I had a fractal here forever ago that showed a peak of around 68%. So if we head there, it's going to be the forever longest grind in the world, but I would not be surprised if that happened. I would love to see it just violently shoot up there, honestly. If we just hit 64 and went down, I'd be happy with that too. But we'll keep an eye on it for sure. You know me. I'll be here every single day rambling for forever. Congratulations, Anderson, once again on your victory. Don't forget to smash the like button and enjoy your cocktail weenie. Your little Frank in a blanket. Franklet. Let's see. Philly said, yo, Mr. Robbers. Tyler said, I was going to do it to make fun of Hoffs. He also said, LMAO, imagine getting the full number with Hoff's penny. That would be so crazy. I imagine, though, imagine what Hoffs did being off by a penny because he added the penny. He was off by a penny twice, and it closed at 0.00. I think. I don't know. We got to figure out the exact numbers when that happened because that was freaking crazy. All right, let's see. Tyler said, no, Mr. Robert said, I'm pretty sure there's a 50% tariff on all small weenies. Damn. Waterfly said, I'm okay, long year. Billy said, Tom, no tariffs. JJ is walking distance to the border. That is true. Tyler said, putting up those numbers. Mr. Robert said, Tyler pulling in for the third spot. Technically second, because first place is a tie right now. So he would have to do is pass one number in order to go from second to first. Does that make sense? So there's two people in first place right now. Fahid said, Waterfly will not be able to guess on April Fool's Day. Tyler said, I'm only winning so much because Fahid and Hoff argue and don't play. Exactly. And that's why Waterfly's falling behind too. You gotta get your head in the game. I watched High School Musical. I remember that stupid fucking song. Tyler said, Mr. Robert said, SPY comment, if I may, JJ, I took a fractal from October 13th, 2023 to March 26th, 2024, and set it at March 19th, 2025. What do you think? Mr. Robert said, I know fractals are just for fun, but I did it anyway. I don't know if they're just for fun. Fractals literally show you how liquidity has played out in the past, and liquidity plays out in patterns. They don't repeat the same pattern every single time, but the idea is there, which is why fractals make sense sometimes. All you got to realize is over time, the liquidity has increased, so maybe the fractal increases. The move could go down further or up further or both further. Anderson said Q2 sex starts now, boys. Was that creepy? All right. Let's see if we can get this fractal. October 13th, 2023 on the S&P. Yeah, SPY. Yep. Is SPY different from SPX? Is that a stupid question? All right. October 13th, 2023. October 13th, 2023 to March 26th, 2024. Okay. Is that weirdly similar to mine? And you put it on March 19th, 2025. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. March 19th. I can't believe I fucked up the call that whole freaking time. Actually, I like this. What I really like about this is the bounce off of the yellow line that I have right here. This specific candle. and then it bounces for a second, goes back down just to trick the bears, and then it starts to rip to the upside. I really like that. And the reason I like it is because of this confluence. I'm so sorry, Ask Fractal. It's time for you to be a little bit transparent. You're in the way. Don't forget to pay respects to the Ask Fractal guys. This line that we have here was resistance, resistance, support, support, support. So the line is relevant, and it is a strong support line. But I would not put it past the market makers, the powers that be, or even just the bears being little babies, the paper hands, to sell us underneath this. You know, get a little reaction, sell underneath, and then it just goes crazy. And I mean crazy in the way that stocks go crazy. Like 0.5% a day, you know. If that's going crazy in the stock market. So I actually don't hate it. I like it quite a bit, actually. It's a nice in-between as well from the two that I have on here that are somewhat relevant at the moment. And it also shows us going up a lot faster. Which is a lot more favorable because I'm not a patient person, so definitely something we'll keep on the chart for sure. And let me make it a little more transparent so that we don't get too distracted. But yeah, I like it. Thank you for that, Mr. Roberts. There was a W pattern there, so that's part of the seasonal low pattern I took. Fahid said, when Jelly and Dong. Let's go take a look at Dong really quick. Guys, Dong is a Cardano native that I mentioned not too long ago, and it has since kind of exploded. Ooh, that's a weird sound. That was kind of cool. I wonder if that went through the mic. All right. Sorry, Mr. Anderson, I had to play with your little Frank in a blanket for a second. All right, Dong at the moment is still sitting at $131,000 market cap. It's lingering a little bit. It's lingering at the top, you know. Can be a little spooky dooky, but it looks good, man. It looks freaking good. I mentioned it. I'm just going to, for the sake of simplicity, say that I mentioned it right here. And since then, it has only gone up a measly 240%. Not financial advice. Obviously, exercise caution. It's overbought. Don't FOMO. RSI actually just re-entered the safe zone for a minute. But again, it's a teeny tiny low cap. It is a little baby micro cap at the moment. So if you do feel like buying this, think about it first. Not financial advice, of course. I do have a post to share with you guys that explains how to buy Dong very nicely. I don't remember where it is. I'm searching. Give me a second. I don't know. Just DM me on Discord if you're interested. I don't remember where it's at. It's buried now. But it's a great post. It walks you through how to buy Cardano natives in general on your mobile phone specifically, because I know a lot of you are dysfunctional members of society and you lack a proper computer. Let's go also take a look at Jelly. Per request from Fahid, our resident Canadian, Mr. Roberts as well. Really quick before I look at that, let me take a look at FAT for me and Mr. Anderson. We are doing pretty good on this, 14.9% on the day. I did not buy the Pico top. I bought a little bit lower than the Pico top this time. Be proud of me, please. We got a little M triple U. Maybe is that an inverse head and shoulders? I don't know. Is that a fat inverse head and shoulders? I don't know if I'm allowed to do TA on this. Is this? I don't know. I'm just along for the ride. I'm participating. Next we got some articles on X to look at. Oh yes, I'm sorry. I was gonna do Jelly. That's what I was like, I'm not remembering something. Whoever said I have the memory of a goldfish nailed it. And I can't stop thinking about that now. Ever since that happened, I'm like, wow, that literally perfectly describes me. See, Anderson said, no one's selling. Trendline holding on fat. Trendline is holding on fat. Let's see, we got our big wow Wick, which was the hyperliquid whale drama, which was really funny. I still crack up because they were like an illiquid meme coin. Like, this thing's got $2 million in liquidity. Have they seen meme coins? There's meme coins with like $100 million market caps and 1 million in liquidity. Like 1% liquidity. That's crazy. This thing's got at least more than 1%. It's not illiquid. I don't know if maybe they just don't know the definition of illiquid. I would love to see, and we've pointed it out before, and for some reason it plays out every single time. I would love to see a monster spike like this, because we got this monster spike, and for whatever reason, meme coins mirror previous price action. So I would not be surprised if it at least got back up to 10 at some point in the future. I would not bet on that myself personally, though, because it's a meme coin, and apparently it's illiquid, so... But again, I'm historically bad at meme coins that are not on Cardano, so take that with a grain of salt as well. Currently trading at 1552. I mean, it got a nice bounce off of 1304. Maybe even a little bit lower. Yeah, probably 1250. We had a wick down here. That wick would have been a great buy. And now it's just kind of chopping. It's chopping in between 13 and 16. Almost no volume, which is kind of crazy considering the liquidity. I mean, they still have a product, don't they? I just don't know the point of the coin itself. Short viral videos and adopters of Jelly Jelly. That's so weird to me. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool, actually. You can earn the coin in the app. That's actually quite smart. It's literally like Roblox. Is that Jordan? Robux, specifically. This bitch is literally tipping while she's driving. Is it going to show her crashed afterwards? Because that would be kind of fucked up. Oh. Okay, I understand. The person is watching the video. Okay. It's like, damn. That's kind of a ballsy way to add. They're like, it's so easy, you could do it while you're driving. Okay, I understand now. All right, let's go through some articles and random posts on X. We got this guy said $9 billion worth of Bitcoin shorts would be liquidated if we went to 90K. Let's liquidate them all. Let's see what happens. That would be kind of crazy. Sailor's doing TA on Bitcoin now. He said, Bitcoin is on the brink of a flawless rebound. The perfect setup is here. I don't know why somebody as high profile as him would ever publicize their calls. Ever? He should stop. This guy, Zero Hedge, said, credit starting to crack. Finally, the Fed is about to wake up. Money printer go burr. Breaking Trump advisors have considered imposing global tariffs of up to 20% that would hit virtually all U.S. trading partners using IEEPA per Nick, whoever of the Wall Street Journal. Polymarket said it's over for boomers. You will be able to afford your Zillow favorites list. There's an 88% chance that the housing market is going straight to zero. Apparently, according to Polymarket. Arkham alert, $1 billion in Tether minted just now. That was 9 hours ago. Even though we've been seeing billions of Tether and Circle get minted for like months now. Nobody cares. It doesn't matter if they just keep it in the stablecoins. These stablecoins are being minted and they're just staying stablecoins. It doesn't do anything for the cryptocurrency market. We got Circle, the issuer of USDC, has hired JP Morgan and Citi for its long-awaited IPO, with a public filing expected by late April. Interesting. That's a weird one. An initial public offering for a stablecoin issuer. Definitely interesting. Watch Your Guru said BlackRock CEO Larry Fink says almost everyone he talks to is more anxious about the economy than any time in recent memory. Marty Party said, in the BlackRock investor report, Fink says US dollar could lose reserve status to Bitcoin if debt is not controlled. Modern monetary theory has me sold on the idea that we don't have to worry about the US's debt, and then it's all just a fallacy and an excuse for like all of these harsh monetary policies and more crap for them to fabricate to distract us from what's really going on. And I don't know what's really going on. I really genuinely have no filler for that. But I refuse to believe that anyone would ever give a shit that any country defaults on their debt if a bunch of other countries owe that country. You know what I mean? It's just silly to me. Trump tariffs to pull in 600 billion in 1 year. That's the concept. We'll see what happens. Worst quarter of U.S. stock relative to the rest of the world in 23 years. I know Trump doesn't like seeing this, so maybe Wednesday's going to be a crazy day. Liberation Day. Congressman whatever said, I can't, Begic says the USA will be buying $1 million in Bitcoin soon. Or 1 million Bitcoin soon. It's coming. We'll see. Everyone's been saying everyone's going to be buying Bitcoin soon. The US is going to be selling gold, and freaking Warren Buffett's going to be buying. Like, nope. It's all rumors, man. Right now, it's all rumors. It's all noise. But we got to observe the news that's in front of us. So, Arkham alert: CZ burned 1.1 million of broccoli, 540K of broccoli, and 1.95 million of tutorial. Honestly, I guess he's a billionaire, so he has to do it. But if I had this right now, I would not be burning it. I'll tell you that much. Me personally. Arkham said Sailor just bought 1.92 billion USD of Bitcoin. Strategy now holds $43.99 billion worth of Bitcoin. Average price $67,458. Damn. Sailor is an absolute legend. Marty Party said President Trump will announce tariff renegotiations at a Rose Garden event April 2nd, according to White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. Interesting. China, Japan, and South Korea agree to closely cooperate in response to U.S. tariffs. Anyone with half a brain and a basic understanding of the world could see that Trump's relentless attacks on our allies will only isolate America and strengthen China. I don't necessarily agree with that. Ivan on text to BlackRock, Bitcoin will replace dollar as the reserve currency. What the F? 100,000 this week? Or 100K this week? I can never tell if Ivan's being real or not. It's so hard to tell. Jason A. Williams said, the Bitcoin hash rate is going parabolic. Why isn't the price? I don't know. Is it a lagging indicator? That's quite an interesting observation. Cointelegraph, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink warns that unchecked U.S. debt could threaten the dollar's reserve status, with Bitcoin emerging as a potential alternative. Quinton said, okay, so this is a good list of events that are coming up. April 2nd, we got Liberation Day, which is the tariff announcement. April 4th, we got unemployment data. April 10th, we got inflation data. Q2 will be green, right? We'll see what happens. It's definitely going to be volatile, hopefully. Hopefully we get some volatility returning back to the market. This guy said, this was a fun prediction. I decided to save this because I thought it was kind of fun. He said, Sol 420 to 690 leg up starts before April 27th. That's the day after my birthday. We will trade 420 to 690 sideways Q2, Q3. Blow off top 1K in Q4. I warned you. So I saved this. I don't know if I'm ever going to reference it ever again for the rest of my life, but it's exciting stuff to see. If Sol hits 1K in 2025, we'll try to remember Crypto Curb. Sensei said bear trap, be ready. He's been pointing this out for a while. Everyone's pointing this out. The bears are pointing out other stuff. You know, there's arguments to all sides. This one I thought was really funny and quite clever, actually. Like long con clever. We got U.S. President Trump says he's open to cutting tariffs on China in exchange for a TikTok deal. I read that and I was like, oh shit. That's pretty clever, man. That is genuinely pretty clever. We got Ivan on Tech again saying Trump says he will be lenient on tariffs. So this one's exciting. This was just 2 hours ago. This one cracked me up, dude. I was dying when I read this. This guy said Trump imposes tariffs on exporting to PDF. That one I thought was pretty good. Oh, there's the thing. Okay, cool. Quentin again said this looks almost exactly like the correction we've seen after the Bitcoin ETF approval in 2024. This is the exact same like falling pattern that I pointed out in my chart, actually. And we're on the daily, so this right here, this little falling pattern that broke up is going to be potentially could be the same as this It's the same concept, same idea. So I thought that was quite interesting. Let me just go to the freaking 4-hour chart again. Congratulations, Mr. Anderson, once again on your victory. Looks like we're a little bit green. Getting pretty spicy out here, guys. All right. I guess let me retweet this again. A lot of people have been asking how to buy ADA natives, and they're usually on their phone. That's actually genuinely a good article to check out for it, written by a buddy of mine, Dixie. Definitely check it out. A lot of good info in there if you're genuinely interested in getting into the ecosystem. Not financial advice, of course. Make all your own decisions, all that fun stuff. We got Crypto Lifer giving us a good, I guess, calendar of upcoming events. We got April 1st, ISM, PMI, and JOLTS openings. I don't know what those are. April 2nd, ADP employment. April 2nd is also Liberation Day, so it's going to be an interesting one. April 3rd, initial jobless claims, and April 4th, non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate, and Fed Chair Powell's speech. April 4th is probably going to get spicy, specifically because of Powell's talking. And then we got quantitative easing alpha from Shanghai. 4 of China's biggest state-owned banks plan to raise a combined 520 billion yuan, $71.6 billion, from new share sales to government-backed shareholders to replenish capital. Basically, quantitative easing. We got another one. Here we go into Q2 with China announcing injection of 69 billion into 4 big banks in capital boost. That's another concept with the modern monetary theory, or modern money. I don't remember what it's called. And then we got CryptoPhase. I recently followed CryptoPhase. I talked crap about him before, but he's got some good insights, so I might take back what I said. I still think he price gouges the hell out of his indicator, but I'll keep my mouth shut. He said Bitcoin new weekly candle is not clipping up as of now. This would invalidate bull run thesis until further notice. Devil candles incoming unless we see that wave go up. So he's on the weekly, and he's looking at the weekly candles and the momentum wave. Definitely something to keep an eye on if you're interested in that trading strategy at all whatsoever. Congratulations, Anderson, once again on your victory. Enjoy your Franken Blanket. But he said the calm before the storm, folks. Mr. Roberts said the fiat being pulled into stablecoins is something we should all be cognizant of. I think it's the first wave into a digital dollar. I actually agree. I think you're right. All this talk about stablecoins and stuff, and it makes sense because they can manipulate the shit out of it. So instead of like selling debt to get more money, whatever the fuck, they can literally just put the debt into these stable coins, use the stable coins, make it normal for everywhere to accept the stable coins, and then they don't have to facilitate all of these sales and all these hoops to jump through for all this crap. They can literally just be like, oh, we have $20 billion worth of junk bonds. Let's put it into a stablecoin protocol and issue $20 billion in stablecoins over the next 2 weeks. And then they do that, and then they have $20 billion to play with. Guess what? They don't have to find any buyers. They don't have to have an APY. There's none of that bullcrap to worry about. They literally just have a shit ton of money now. And they can continue to fabricate like that. It's crazy. But that's kind of ties back into modern monetary theory. I'm telling you guys. It's crazy, but it makes a lot of sense once you really think about it. Do a quick update on our portfolio. Let's see what the liquidation heat map looks like as well since the daily close. Interesting. Okay. 81,965. Yep. Up top, we got 83,316. Yep. A couple more. Do we have 84.89? Yes, we do. Okay. I'm just going to assume that we have this one too then. 84,346. No. Okay. All right. Congratulations, Mr. Anderson, once again on your victory. Welcome to the board. Portfolios. Our narrative portfolio is down $70. Doing pretty good. We got Memecoin, gaming, decentralized physical infrastructure, real-world assets, and artificial intelligence in this one. And this is the best performer, genuinely. Our 1K to 10K Grok portfolio. Oh my gosh, every single day. Maybe the thing's not doing that good. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it didn't update or refresh. Hang on. Okay, Memecoin portfolio is down $300. It's recovered quite a bit. Really not that bad off, honestly. 30% down. Our 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is chilling at $787, so it's down $213, $212. So this is doing pretty good too, being held up by Render, Aptos, ADA, Near, and Shib, dragged down by Ondo, Sol, Proppy, Doge, and AGIX. But again, all things considered, because we bought this at the bottom, it looks really, really good. And then finally, last but not least, our narrative portfolio, again, I was correct, or it was correct earlier, only down $70. This one's doing great, 14% down. That's literally nothing. This was the last portfolio that we built, so we really did build this at the bottom. But I'm thoroughly impressed. Pepe is actually in profit, $4, which is 4%, which is pretty good considering everything else is like down tremendously. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. I've never actually, and maybe it's because I didn't watch enough people for a long enough amount of time, but I've never seen somebody actually properly execute to end a 1K to 10K portfolio. So it's going to be fun to do it. I don't know if we're ever going to rearrange this. Maybe we'll make a separate, because this is the Grok portfolio where 60% of the coins were recommended by Grok. So maybe we'll make one. Maybe we should do it soon too, actually, because the market's pretty down. Maybe we'll make one with the community voting, and we'll decide maybe every couple of weeks if we want to rebalance it or reallocate anything or take profits or anything like that. I guess we could make a 1K to 10K community portfolio, and then we could make a 1K to 10K trading portfolio. Is that too much? I don't know. I might have to build a website where I could publicize all this stuff just for fun for people to track it and stuff like that. But we'll see. We'll see. That's future stuff. Anyways, Bitcoin is chilling at 82,579, and we're looking like we want to be green for a minute, but who knows? It's going to be a crazy, indecisive, volatile week, especially with Liberation Day on Wednesday. Powell's speaking this week as well. Just, everybody keep your heads on, keep cool, chill. Got to do what you got to do. Touch grass, Mr. Roberts said, got a shed visit to hit. Be right back. I'll probably be gone by the time you get back, Mr. Roberts. Been going for just over an hour. I might have back on a little bit later. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm going to try to push out some more content. But, yeah. As always, Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Smash the like button on your way out. Share the stream. And good night.